question number 2, longest substring without repeating character from LeetCode. So let's see what the question is. Giving a string S, find the length of the longest substring without repeating character. So what is this question asking us? It's asking us to find the longest substring, but there's a condition here, without repeating character. What does that mean? So let's say ABCA is a substring, but this doesn't have the condition that we are looking for because it has a repeating character. So what we are looking for, we are looking for the longest substring without repeating character, like ABC, BCA, ABC, and all we care is the length of the substring. So if it is either this ABC or the other ABC or CAB, it doesn't matter, we just need the length. And here we have letter B, and it's going to be only 1 because it's these are repeated characters. And for this example, we have, like, for example, PW, we have WKE, we have KEW, and the length of the longest one is going to be 3. So let's go through an example to better understand the question and see what's the solution. So let's say we have this string and we are going for the length of the longest substring without repeating character. What we are going to do here, I think it's a good idea to use 2 pointers. One pointer is pointing to the first character and one pointer is pointing to the end character to see what is the length of the substring. And we're gonna start from index 0 and we iterate over the string and see if we can get the longest one. So we have A, and then we're gonna iterate over the string, and the pointer is going to point at B, so we have AB, and then it's gonna point at C, we have ABC, so the length is going to be 3, and then we go to A, and this is a repeated character and we have to do something. And what we are going to do, we are going to move the start pointer to letter B and we iterate over, and we keep doing that. We go through an example and the code together to better understand the solution. So here is the code, and what we are going to do, we are, as I mentioned, we are going to use 2 pointers, start and end. Start is going to point at the start of the substring and end is going to point at the end of the substring. So, and we're going to start as index 0 for both start and end, so that's why this is the pointer that is pointing and is storing the index. So the index is 0, and the longest substring is going to store the length of the longest substring, and we consider it, we start with 0 if we have no character, and we update that while we are iterating over the string. And then we are going to use a hash map. Why are we going to use a hash map? We are going to use a hash map to store the character and the index, so this way along the way where we are iterating and we need the index, we can use hash map to retrieve that. And why are we using hash map? Because lookup in the hash map is constant, and that's the best case. So, and here you see we are going to use enumerate, because the good thing is, like, it will give us the index and the character at the same time. So what we are going to do, it's saying if we have that character in the hash map, we have to do this, and otherwise we go through this part of the code. So let's go through this code with an example. So as I mentioned, we are going to start from index 0, and then we check the condition if we have the character in the hash map, which is letter A. No, we don't have it, and it says if you don't have it, add that character in the hash map, the character as a key, and the value is going to be the index number plus 1, and so it's going to be 0 plus 1, so it's going to be key letter A as a key, and the index 0 plus 1 as the value, and then we are going to update the longest one. So let's say we added the A in the hash map, and we says the longest, the one that we had before, was 0, and for end is 0 minus 0 plus 1 is gonna be 1. And as you see here, we have only one character here so far. So the longest substring is 1, and we iterate over. We go to letter B. Do we have it in the hash map? No, we don't. So we're gonna add it, and we're gonna update the length of the substring to 2, and then we iterate over. Do we have C in the hash map? No, we don't. We're gonna add it, and we're gonna update the length of the longest to 3, and then we iterate over, and we have letter A here. So this is the special case that we need to handle. So we have a repeated character, and here is the code to handle that part. So if that character is in the hash map, what we are going to do, we're gonna get the max of the start, which is the index 0, and in the hash map for that character that we have, which is letter A, and 1. So we're gonna get the max of these two, it's gonna be 1. So the start is going to be updated to point at this character because we updated the start to 1. And then what else are we going to do? And then we're going to say we have to update the value for that character in the hash map as well. So before it was A was 1, and now it's saying end, which is like 3 plus 1. So this is going to be 4. And the length of the substring is going to be, okay, so the start is pointing to here. So it's 3. Max of 3 and 3 is 3. So the length of the longest substring is still going to be 3. And then we iterate over, and letter B, do we have it in the hash map? Yes, we do. So we have to update the pointer, start pointer right now is 1, and in the hash map for this letter, the pointer is, the value is 2. So the max of these two is going to be 2. So the start pointer is going to point at index 2, and we are going to update letter B value in the hash map as well. So end is 4, and it's gonna be, B is going to be 5, and the length is still going to be 3. As you see, it's updated here. And then we iterate over. We have letter C. Do we have it in the hash map? Yes, we do. What should we do? We should update the start pointer. So the max of start, which was 2, and in the hash map, what do we have for letter C? The value is 3. So the index is going, the start pointer is going to be updated to 3. So it's going to point at 3, and then we're going to update this in the hash map is going to be 6, and then the length of the longest is still going to be 3, and we iterate over. And do we have letter D? No, we don't. We're gonna add it. Do we have E? We don't. We're gonna add it. Do we have and we keep updating the length as well. So as you see here, so far the longest one is going to be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have letter E here again. So we have to update the start. So it's gonna be the max of the 3 that we have, and 8 in the we get it from the hash map. So the start pointer is going to be pointing at the same index as end pointer, and then it's gonna be, and we're gonna update letter E's value in the hash map, and we iterate over. And again, we don't have E, we don't have G, we're gonna add them all in the hash map. We don't have H, we don't have I, we don't have I, and so far it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the length of the substring is 5, so it's gonna be the same. And then we have letter J. Do we have it in the hash map? No, we don't have it, so we're gonna update the length of the longest to 6. So far the 6 is the longest substring, and then we iterate over, and at the end we're gonna return the longest substring, which is 6, as a result. This is going to be done in on time complexity. We have only one for loop here, and the time complexity for this lookup is only constant, and the space complexity is going to be m based on the m distinct characters that we have in the string. Thank you.